All right, welcome. My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we are trying to do today is we're playing a deck called Demon Incarnate. And with this deck, we are taking advantage of Demon of Catastrophes. It's a 6/6 flying trampoline creature that does it's only cost 4, but you do also have to sacrifice a creature. So what we're trying to do is play a lot of different creatures that can be sacrificed, as well as some other different synergies that go with this, and hopefully we can get a lot of this different stuff out on the battlefield and show you some fun things. So a couple things we're trying to do as well with this deck. We're also playing Torgaar Famine Incarnate, and that's where the Incarnate part of the deck name comes. And it's what we do is if we can sacrifice enough creatures with this, it makes him super cheap, so we can get this guy down. We aren't playing tons of 1 drops, but we can get this guy down on turn, I think, 3 or 4. And and basically what we do is we reset someone's life total down to 10. So no matter what, we bring them down to half their starting life total. So there's a lot of life gain decks right now. So this can be really fun. Play this guy down on turn 3. We bring him down to 10 life, and then we can swing in for 7 or 6. So the one thing is, so if we do get them down below 10 life, this guy kind of doesn't do much. Like, honestly, he can just mostly hurt us or bring them back to 10. So it can be a dead card at times there. So we're only running 2 of. It's super fantastic if it works. Other times it's not as much. We're playing a bunch of different sagas from Dominaria. Rite of Belzenlok. This is a perfect home for this, where we're creating a bunch of those black clerics, and a lot of times we're using those to sacrifice to our other creatures, as well as bringing out this guy. So, which we get a 6/6 flying and trampling that way as well. So we have 3 different ways to get 4 mana 6/6 flying trampling demon, and then just a bunch of small creatures here. So let's go ahead and get into the game, see if we can do some fun things, and I hope you enjoy the deck. Here we go. All right, here we go. We are playing Demon Incarnate, and this looks like a pretty good start here. We possibly could get the Torgaar out pretty early here, so let's see what we can do. So we're going to go ahead and keep this. So we play Swamp, play Festering Mummy. All right, so opponent is playing red-green, something maybe dinosaurs. All right, so we're just going to go ahead, play Festering Mummy, swing in. I wish they showed you the mana cost even when you can't cast it. It just is a little bit nicer that way. So if we draw into a 1-drop, I believe we can just play Torgaar. So yeah, we can't right now. He costs 4. So what we do is we're going to go ahead and all attack. Now, playing the Dreadshade can be a little bit sketchy here. So I think we're actually going to hold it back, because if they kill our stuff, or we have removal, you know, we're going to go ahead and do it. So we're going to play the Dreadshade, because that's one of our best ways to close out the game right after bringing him down to 10. All right, so they Lightning Strike. That's kind of what I was worried about, without even being able to keep up mana for it. But I think we just bring him down to 10 life this turn, and there we go. All right, so, I mean, attacking in doesn't matter here, because we're just going to bring him down to 10 no matter what. So here we go. We're going to sacrifice 2 creatures. Submit. So those both sacrifice. All right, so there's no triggers there. Torgaar comes down, so he's going to scry. Keeps it on top. All right, so may have a removal spell. All right, or probably a land, I'm guessing. And they go down to 10, and we'll swing for a 7 next turn. Maybe kill whatever creature they play if we draw into a land. So, yeah, plays a land. Draconic Disciple. All right, oh, perfect. All right, so we Cabal Stronghold and Eldest Reborn. Get back Dreadshade. Play Dreadshades. Oh, man, this is so fun. So you sacrifice, we swing for a 7. He's going to scry, trying to find a way out of this. And so I think what we're hoping for is to draw into some sort of removal next turn, just to make sure we can swing in for that last bit of damage there. So he's scrying on the top, so looking for some way out of this. Also creating treasures for more land. So he could get out a big dinosaur out right now. Or a dragon, it looks like. Is this like a Palladium Moors deck? Okay, so Demanding Dragon. Having to spend treasures there for that. We will take 5. So we decline. And I think that, so we just play Dreadshade. So, I mean, we'll swing in. So opponent has to discard a card. Walking Ballista. Okay. So we're going to play... We're going to play Swamp. And we'll go to combat. Swing in. He has to trade here. And then we can get back the Demanding Dragon next turn. So he has to either sacrifice a creature or pay 5 life. So we are fine with that. Alright, so he's paying 1 for something here. Is he giving it first strike? Okay, shocking. So again, we're totally fine with this because we're going to be getting something else there next turn. We'll play the Dreadshade here. No reason to do Cabal Stronghold right now. I mean, we could buff it up, but yeah, no real reason for that right now. So we are playing 1 Torment of Hailfire in here as well, just because it's fun stuff to do. All right, so he plays Lathless, and I think he's forgetting we can just take this Demanding Dragon. So, okay, and Scrapheap Scrounger. So let's go ahead, not my graveyard. Let's go to opponent's graveyard, grab Demanding Dragon, and destroy Lathless or lose. Yep, and there we go. So there you go. You got to see a good look at Demon Incarnate. Let's see if we can do it again. All right, here we are playing Demon Incarnate in Arena Standard, and here we go. We'll keep this. We don't have as many our big like sacrificing creatures that we want to do as much, but this is pretty aggressive. We have Fatal Push on turn 1, and I mean we can go aggro with Scrapheap. And then be able to get him back. So this is pretty good here. Ooh, Dreadshade is awesome as well. So we're going to go ahead, play Scrapheap, pass the turn. So plays Cast Down. That's fine. There is some reason that we can maybe go to Doomed Dissenter first, but we're going to go ahead, play Swamp. So we're going to go ahead and play Dreadshade. If they had any like damage type color instant spells for removal, I'd be more worried and save up some mana there. But I think this is going to be the best way to go. So Ifnir Deadlands is good here. And I think that we're just going to go aggressive with this, and we can swing in for 7. And I mean, that's a 3-turn clock. So I think we're just going to go that way with this. We're going to buff, pump, and pay life for last pump. 7 damage. Alright, so draw into Swamp, so we're going to be able to go even faster here. So I believe that, so I mean, we still have a 3-turn clock. Without that, he may have like a Vraska's Contempt here. So we don't go all out, and I think we play Doomed Dissenter after. So we're going to go ahead, swing in, pump 3 times. It looks like he does have a trigger. It might just be the Argyll's Bloodfast. And so we're going to... So maybe we leave up Fatal Push as well. So maybe buff twice. So if we hit him down to 6, we're still keeping that 3-turn clock without too many blowouts. So let's go ahead and pump 1 more time. It's a little bit risky, but we'll just go to damage here. All right, so he lets it through, so it doesn't look like he has anything. We're going to go ahead, play Doomed Dissenter. Alright, so it looks like he's going to draw, lose life. He will be able to flip Argyll's Bloodfast. So if he plays something, he can maybe block and sack it, gain more life. but hopefully we can just cast down and still swing in for the win. All right, so Golden Demise, that's the one reason we should have kept up stuff. I was worried about Golden Demise, but... Or actually, I was thinking Yahani's Expertise, so that's not too bad there. He may have a Moment of Craving. All right, so yeah, he scoops it up. So, yep, there we go. Demon Incarnate for the win again. All right, here we are. We're playing Demon Incarnate in Arena Standard, and this deck has been working really well lately. I've been really impressed with this. Oh, and now we're drawing into the sketchy hands. So with Dreadshade, we need to be having all lands, and Cabal Stronghold with no swamps is pretty bad. I mean, we can play Doomed Dissenter, but that's it. So yeah, we drew into land. Yeah, no, we're gonna mulligan this. It's just not quite good enough. All right, this looks a little bit better. We'll keep in Scry. Do we keep removal on top? I do. I think we just need land. So play Swamp, play Festering Mummy, and pass turn. Blue-black here. All right, so we'll play Swamp, swing in, and pass the turn. So I do have a couple supernatural staminas in here just because we have a lot of ETB effects or things that trigger when things die. And so it can be just super fun to kind of jank our way out of games that way. All right, so we're going to play Swamp. We're going to go attacking, hit in for 1 damage, and play this into a counter spell probably. We're going to try it. All right, so no counters. And it didn't give him time to either, so I don't think he has anything instant speed right now. Possibly now he will have Seal Away. But what I think that we do is we just go attacking. And I think I didn't see any trigger happen there either, so pump. And I mean, if we're going to save up supernatural stamina just in case he has destroy target creature here, so we'll go. All right, just there. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so we're getting in for 6 points of damage end turn. And that's a 2-turn clock if he doesn't draw into anything here. All right, so no Settle the Wreckage mana. And hope we just keep going like this. And if we get into Cabal Stronghold, Torment of Hailfire can definitely close out the game here for us. Alright, so we all-out attack. Buff. Pump. And pump once more. Save up Supernatural Stamina. Swing in for 7. And good game next turn. Possibly has like a Teferi. Maybe he can bounce this back. Glimmer of Genius to draw into something. Puts both on bottom. That's awesome for us. And is just looking for an answer here. Probably looking for white mana. Okay, so he does have the Teferi. And I'm guessing he just has to bounce the Dreadshade. So, yep, resolves. So, we get a swing in and kill Teferi next turn. Alright, so Vraska's Contempt is awesome there too. Alright, so, I mean, we gain life. I think we save up Vraska's Contempt for next turn. So, we'll go to combat, attack, hit Teferi. He dies. Now, if they play Teferi again, we Vraska's Contempt before they can untap lands, and we should be in pretty good shape. I don't like this handful of Fatal Pushes right now. Pretty dead against our opponent. So, combat. Alright, so he is passing. Ooh, Cabal Stronghold here. So I think we need one more swamp before that becomes really powerful. We could attack in Supernatural Stamina and try to get in 2 more points of damage, but I think we just swing in. we're in pretty good shape here if we draw into a way to play this Torment, as well as if they play Teferi, we have the Vraska's Contempt. Like, we are in a pretty good shape here against control. Of course, you can never count control out because they always get to draw more cards and do crazy things and just stop anything we try to do. But as long as we are patient, oh, 2 to the bottom again, amazing. We are getting really lucky with this deck, and I like it. So they play Aether Hub. Cast another Teferi. So they do have counter magic up here. I think that what we do is we make them run it off. So they're going to draw a card here. So in response to the draw, here what we'll do is we'll just use Cabal Stronghold so that we have black mana up instead of that. Alright, so we've Vraska's Contempt the Teferi, gain 2 life. It's exiled, so didn't have counter magic there, and I'm guessing he would have played it there. Unless he's saving it for... Yeah, the only thing I can think of is if it's a disallow. And just didn't have enough mana there for it. Alright, so we draw into Dreadshade. So I think what we do is we go attacking. So next turn, we can Supernatural Stamina for the win. If they're focused on everything else here. So Dreadshade probably gets disallowed here. We want to get the disallows out so we have a chance here with Torment of Hailfire. Okay, Syncopates, X3. Yeah, I mean, if we had an extra swamp, we would have been able to play around that. So I think right now what we're hoping for is just swamps. Swing in, no counter for Supernatural Stamina, win there. If they do counter it, maybe we can Torment of Hailfire right afterwards. And at least discard a bunch of stuff from their hand. Alright, so cast down is not what we're looking for. So we go attacking. So he does have something here. So, I mean, our Supernatural Stamina, I mean, we keep a clock on there, so I think that we still play it. Yeah, let's go ahead and play it. I mean, hopefully maybe it draws out a counter or something like that. We draw into a land and then can Torment of Hailfire. I mean, that's our best bet. So opponent lets it resolve. We get him back. Enters the battlefield tapped, and I mean, we still have our 3-turn clock there with him. So, I mean, we want to keep that available to us. Torrential Gearhulk comes down. Let's see what he picks up. And I think we're just going to cast down immediately here. So, we're going to let him draw first before he knows that we're going to be killing him. But we definitely want to kill him before they untap, so we can just get that off the battlefield. Keep our 3-turn clock here. Alright, so cast down. So them drawing cards is bad for our Torment of Hailfire. And really what we're looking for is another time like that, they tap down for something like that, and that we can just Torment. They do have Syncopate in here if they get another Torrential. Search for a Scanta. Passes the turn. Right, so, man, we are really looking for one more mana. Demonlord Belzenlok is really awesome here as well. Just able to draw into some more stuff. And I'm guessing like a Silhouette. Okay, Vraska's Contempt to gain some more life. You know what? I think what we do here, we don't want them gaining life. Because Torment of Hailfire. So we're actually going to make him fizzle that. We don't want him to gain life there. And these fatal pushes are pretty dead anyway. So search for his Conta. This is going to flip. And that's extra card draw for him. So they could turn this around. We were in great shape. We really needed to draw land those last couple turns. And we may have had a chance. They've had a lot of card draw. So yeah, Scarab God comes down. We're looking for another Vraska's Contempt now. Or land. They don't have tons of mana up. Land would get us... maybe we have to keep up 2 mana for Syncopate. And just hope. So we get Swamp. And now, do we go for Demonlord Belzenlok and be able to fly over? I don't think there's any other flyers. They do have Vraska's Contempt to get back with a Torrential Gearhulk. So let's go ahead. So we can Torment for 5. They have 5 cards in hand and a Scarab God. So even if it resolves, it's not that great. So I think what we do is go for Demonlord Belzenlok. See if it resolves. I mean, having them discard their hand would have been good, but it looks like they do have a counter magic anyway. Yeah, so they're going to disallow. And that's fine. We want that out of our opponent's hand to be able to get a huge Torment of Hailfire. And so we're just looking for more land here, I think. We have about 3 turns. They will be getting more, a bigger battlefield as well. They can actually get back this Demonlord Belzenlok, which is pretty bad. I didn't think through that. We can Fatal Push it, though. I believe that it doesn't keep its converted mana cost. It's a token, yeah. I mean, actually, the Demonlord Belzenlok can kill him, so that's another thing there as well. So he swings in with Scarab God. He can get back Torrential Gearhulk for a Syncopate here, or the Disallow. So, man, we're in pretty bad shape. We need it to make him use it, though, so we actually have a chance with this Torment of Hailfire. We could maybe eventually play Torgaar to reset our life back to 10 as well if we do get too low. Oh, Fatal Push is terrible here. I mean, so we know already that he has a perfect out for this Torment of Hailfire. So we're just going to make him use that maybe on a Fatal Push or something like that. Hope that he tries going for this Demonlord Belzenlok. I mean, that would be fun. So that is one thing too, is he doesn't have a lot of options here for this right now. He has the Demonlord. Alright, so he has the Festering Mummy. So we'll let that come out and resolve. And then we'll go to until they attack. Oh, I guess we do lose life there. He gets a scry with the zombie. So I should have Fatal Pushed earlier. So I guess our Fatal Pushes at least have some targets here. And they could help us out, but we're in pretty bad shape here. Alright, swings in for 9. We are going to try to kill the Festering Mummy. I'm guessing he just lets it go. I mean, I'm fine if he tries to disallow here as well. Dies. Do I get to put that on him? So, resolve. Ooh, that's pretty fun. Oh, he was putting there and then didn't. Okay, so he declined. All right. So swings in for 5. We go down to 11. Go to my turn. Rite of Belzenlok is not bad here at all. Let's see if it resolves. So I think what we do is we Cabal Stronghold to try to get the most mana available for a Syncopate. I mean, I mean, they can pay enough for it that doesn't matter, but that also keeps black mana up for us. So it brings back Torrential Gearhulk. Okay, so this is kind of what we're hoping for. So it does keep its converted mana cost, so unfortunately we are going pretty low next turn, but he's using the Disallow, which means I'm hoping he doesn't have anything in hand. And we're hoping for Swamp into Giant Torment of Hailfire, and that's our only chance, I think. Alright, so second Torrential Gearhulk, and I think that's just game. And, yeah, so he glimmers. So we're going to say good game. Try to Fatal Push the Gearhulk. I mean, if it does go off, I mean, either way. Yeah, so it doesn't work. So then we concede. Yep, good game, good game. I mean, we could have seen if he didn't swing all out to try playing with us. Sometimes control players, I've seen them do that. But yeah. All right, so there you have it. So we had two amazing games that just everything worked perfectly, and then we ran into a control matchup there at the end. But I feel like we played it well. Like, you could see the power in the deck. If we drew into lands, I mean, control, every game they have a chance of coming out. It's just what they draw into. I'm not a big fan of control or playing against it. Anyway, yeah, so you can see that it is pretty powerful. You can definitely see how well it did against those other matchups. They were playing a little bit slow in those decks as well, but I mean, that's the power of this, is that we are getting 6/6 flyers on turn 4. You know, we're getting 7/6 and bring you down to 10 on turn 4, you know, turn 3. Anyway, so it's just super fun. And I hope you enjoyed the deck. Please let me know in the comments down below what you liked about it, maybe some things you'd like to change. Some things you'd like to see in the future. If we do get enough likes on certain videos, I will probably do another replay of it, or maybe a different version. So I'd love to hear about that in the comments. And so if you could please like and subscribe, it's awesome for us. And thank you so very much for being here. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.